ஆழ்வார் திருடிகளே சரணம், எம்பெருமானார் திருடிகளே சரணம், ஜீயர் திருடிகளே சரணம், ஜீயர் திருடிகளே சரணம். ஸ்ரீசைலேஷ தயாபாத்திரம் தீபக்தியாதி குணாண்டவம் யதீந்திர பிரவணம் வந்தே ரம்ம ஜாமாதரம் முனிம் ரம்ம ஜாமாத்திரி யோகீந்திர பாதரேகாமயம் சதா ததா யத்தாத்ம சத்தாதிம் ராமானுஜ முனிம் பஜே. லக்ஷ்மீநாத சமாரம்பாம் நாத யாமுன மத்தியமாம் அஸ்மத் ஆச்சாரிய பரியந்தாம் வந்தே குரு பரம்பராம். யோ நித்யமச்சுதபதாம்புஜ யுக்மருக்மம் व्यामोहतस्तदितराणि तृणाय मेने अस्मद्गुरोर् भगवतोऽस्य दैहिक सिन्धोः रामानुजस्य चरणौ शरणं प्रपद्ये. मातापिता युवतयस्तनयाय भूतिः सर्वं यदेव नियमेन मदन्वयानाम् आद्यस्य न कुलपतेरुकुलाभिरामं श्रीमत्तदङ्ग्रीगुणं प्रणमामि मूर्ध्ना भूतं सरश्च महताह्वय भट्टनाथ श्रीभक्तिसारकुलशेखर योगिवाहान् भक्ताङ्ग्रिरेणुपरकाल यतीन्द्रमिश्रान् श्रीमत्पराङ्कुशमुनिं प्रणतोऽस्मि नित्यम्. Welcome everyone for this SrIvaishnava sampradhAya parichaya program. About a few months ago, we started a similar initiative in Tamil language with the blessings of Alvar Tirunagari, Srimad Paramahamsa Ityadi, Embiramanar, G.S. Swamy. As we have been conducting that program for the last few months, we have understood that there is similar need in non-Tamil speaking SrIvaishNavas community as well, and also those who aspire to be SrIvaishnavas, those who desire to become SrIvaishnavas. So we have started this initiative where we will start listening to pre-recorded lectures for the next month or so. There are a series of lectures which explain clearly about the foundation, fundamentals of our SrIvaishnava sampradhayam. We will go through these lectures in the next little while on a daily basis, and we will also follow up in our group on how many people are actively watching the videos and understanding the principles. So we will do follow-up sessions, and we will try to make sure that we all grow collectively. It is not about one or two individuals, but all of us have to learn, put things in practice, and become good in our sampradayam principles, both in theory and practice. So this is the objective of this initiative, which we have started now. I've got into the point directly. So we will seek the blessings of Perumal, Bhagavan, Sriman Narayana, Sri Mahalakshmi, Tayar, Alvars and Acharyas for acquiring the fundamental knowledge in our sampradaya. Many people get Pancha Samskaram in our sampradayam, but subsequently they don't learn even the most fundamental principles. And it is very sad that after getting Pancha Samskaram, people continue to live the same way they were before. There must be change in one's life after Pancha Samskaram, because this Pancha Samskaram is an important routine which makes us surrender to Bhagavan and accept Bhagavan's supremacy and our total dependence on such Bhagavan. So when we principally accept all of these principles and acquire Pancha Samskaram, or when we have the desire to acquire Pancha Samskaram to accept these principles and practice these principles, we must get proper guidance to systematically study our sampradayam and put things into practice with proper guidance. And when we are doing something wrong, or when we suspect ourselves that we are not up to the mark, we must have a platform where we can come and seek answers and make progress with that guidance. This is the way our sampradayam was traditionally conducting. In the olden days, those who get panchasamskaram, they will have guidance from elders in family. They will have guidance from the panchasamskara acharya, the samashayana acharya. They will have guidance from other acharyas who are scholars and who are in the area of teaching others and guiding others, inspiring others, and so on. But over a period of time, we see that this kind of systematic training in sampradaya principles has reduced a lot. Part of the problem is both acharya and shishya. They have too many commitments, too many other things to do. So this proper education and guidance takes backseat for many people. And because of that, people just live their lives just like they used to do before. People eat out. People don't worry about learning our sampradaya principles and following those. People don't go to temples quite often. They don't go and visit acharyas quite often. They don't put in the time and effort to learn sampradayam. Very few times people are traveling to Divideshams, Alvar Acharya Avatarasthalams, and interact with good Anushtatas, good Sri Vaishnavas who are practicing these principles. In many Divideshams, there are many Sri Vaishnavas who are quietly practicing these principles, but we don't get to know about them. We don't go and seek their guidance and association and so on. Because of lack of this sadhu sangam, sat sangam, our lives are not transforming to become good Sri Vaishnavas, to become good practicing Sri Vaishnavas. Without that, sometimes we even become laughing stock. People laugh at Sri Vaishnavas, make fun, saying that they don't follow their principles. They are just following Western ideologies, Western. They get Western education. They wear Western clothing. They pretend to be having Western mindset, even though they may not have. So these complaints and these people making fun of Vaidika people, those who accept Vaidika Dharma, is also prevalent these days because we are giving opportunity, we are giving room for that. So we must try to study systematically and make progress. So this is the first objective of our initiative, to give a platform where we can spend some time daily, quality time, listening to lectures and reading some materials and contemplating about what we heard, what we read, and subsequently, with the guidance, putting these things into practice. So that is the first objective. Once we have the fundamentals clear, once we have the foundation laid, then we can see what are the other important topics we need to study. For example, Mumukshupadi is a very, very important grantham in our Sri Vaishnava Sampradaya. Every Sri Vaishnava must learn this grantham because it defines how a Mumukshu should live his life or her life. And it is explained based on Rahasya Trayam, Tirumantram, Ashtakshara Mantram, then Dvaya Mahamantram and Charama Shlokam, Gita Charama Shlokam. So we must learn this Grantham Mukshapadi, which we will eventually start learning in our due course. Fortunately, in our coil.org, over the last several years, we have created a lot of content with the help of Purvacharyas, Sri Suktis, with the help of Alvars, Divya Prabandhams, with the help of Bhagavan's divine words in Sri Bhagavad Gita, Vishnu Sahasranamam, which is rendered by Bhishmacharya, and many other literature which are very important for our sampradayam. We have prepared a lot of content in English language specifically and in other local languages as well. So we have abundant content, but many people will be overwhelmed when they see our website. They don't know where to go, where to start from. So we recently built a page in our website known as Where to Start, SrIvaishNava Start-up Kit. So we are going to use this page as a guideline to start listening to very basic lectures. Many of you may actually be already aware of these principles, but this will be a good exercise to reaffirm what we have learned, what we have known, and also remind ourselves with these principles and solidify the concepts clearly in our mind. So we will go through these lectures. Every day we will be sharing 1 or 2 lectures depending on the duration of the video or the lecture, because we don't want to overburden everyone in the beginning. We want to give short lectures, get everyone familiar and bring everyone to same foundational level. One of the very important principles in our sampradayam is to share the knowledge. Whatever we have, we must share with others with humility, with the real intention to help others without any expectation for any name, fame, money, or anything. So that sharing of knowledge must happen among Bhagavatas, devotees. So that is the initiative we are also now pursuing. Our objective is to share the knowledge, ancient wisdom from Alvars and Acharyas in a very simple way. So we bring everyone to a foundational level. First, everyone should know certain basic principles very, very clearly. And that can be accomplished by understanding Sri Vaishnava Sampradayam. What is the Sampradaya? Who are Alvars? Who are our Acharyas? How did they live their lives? What kind of attitude they had? How they presented themselves in critical situations? So when we go through these aspects, we will have some role models. We will have some inspirations. We have to see 2 types of inspirations are required. One is from Alvars and Acharyas, and one is this next one is from current, our living, contemporary Sri Vaishnavas. So we must seek both kind of inspirations, because if we just seek always Alvars Acharyas as inspiration, then sometimes we may lose faith, thinking that there is no one who can demonstrate this practically. At least to some extent. We will not match their standards, certainly, because their standards are too high. But at least we must have some standards to look up in the current age as well, so that we can assure ourselves that we can also try and do these things. We can also put these things in practice. So two types of inspirations are very, very important. First inspiration is the major inspiration, because Alvars and Acharyas, their lives, their instructions, those are the biggest inspirations, because they are tested, proven, they are available readily. All we have to do is we have to study them. But the next one, current age, that we will see. We will see as we learn our sampradayam, as we visit the Videshams, we will meet good sadhus, good SrIvaishNavas, and we can take some ideas and inspirations from such SrIvaishNavas. So both of these have to happen. Initial commitment Adian expects from everyone, that is, I expect from everyone here, is about 45 minutes per day. About 30 to 40 minutes for listening, and a compulsory 10 minutes of contemplation on what was listened. If we can spend additional time, that is great. We can solidify what we heard through lectures by going through supporting articles, books, and so on. So if anyone can spend more time, always welcome. It is great that if it can be done, it will be very, very useful. But minimum this 45 minutes, everyone must commit to. And it has to be done on a daily basis. We cannot skip even one day. Maybe rare occasions when there are festivals or certain functions, we may not be able to fulfill that commitment. That is fine. In such cases, we have to catch up subsequently. There is no specific day for break in this. We can do, if we want, we can allocate the Amavasya day for Amavasya and probably Paurnami also. So once every 2 weeks, we can allocate the time for maybe direct interaction. I can join, we can all join through Zoom and we can interact and discuss about what was heard over the past couple of weeks. So we can arrange that way. Let's do it that way. We will have one day every 2 weeks. We can fix either Amavasya and Paurnami, or we can fix Sundays if that will be convenient for more people. We can decide that over the course of time, because we will have first 2 weeks of listening, then only we have to have. So at that time we can decide. Probably Amavasya, Paurnami we can decide and keep. Or if Sunday will be convenient for more people to join the discussions, we can keep it on Sunday. So we'll decide that going forward. But this is the idea, that we will be regularly, consistently, on a daily basis, spend 45 minutes per day and grasp things. Now, the important aspect here is to focus on essentials. We must prioritize this over other commitments. Let's say we are learning something else. For now, for the initial, let's say the 2 months foundational course, please give priority to this, because this continuity is very important. We have to make sure that we listen to these lectures every day and we understand what is being provided is taken in the proper way. So please give priority for this particular initiative and attend on a daily basis. On a daily basis, listen to the lectures. Couple of suggestions I will give regarding how we should attend the sessions. First of all, try to Do it peacefully without any disturbance. Put your mobile phone on do not disturb or aeroplane mode or whatever, and listen to the lectures. Please try to wear proper traditional Vaishnava attire while listening to the lectures, because we must develop the attitude of being physically very, very traditional. For example, I don't know if you observe, I am sitting on the floor here. So whenever I give lectures, I don't sit on chair and table unless I go outside somewhere where there is an audience who are all sitting on chair. In that case, if I sit on ground, it will not be proper etiquette. So in such rare cases, I sit on chair. But generally, whenever I give lectures, or even all the time, this is my workplace. This is my Kankariam area. So I'm always sitting here and doing my Kankariams, whether it is Upanyasam or Kalakshepam or translations or question and answers or publishing or whatever it is. This is how I arrange my sitting area. So we must give respect to Purvacharya Granthams, their work, their literature, in whatever form it may come. It may come as video, audio, it may come in the form of a book, it may come in the form of an article, whatever it may be. But we must give respect to the content. So I request everyone to arrange a traditional workspace where you can sit on the floor and listen to lectures, read sampradhAya principles with full focus, no deviation, no disturbance during that particular time, whatever time you allocate. Even if you can't spend 45 minutes together, break it 20 minutes, 20 minutes, 2 sessions, but do it together without getting disturbed by phone or messages or Facebook, WhatsApp discussions. All of that should be put away during that time. Always wear Urdu Pundram, men or women, depending on whatever situation. Please wear Urdu Pundram and listen to lectures in that traditional physical appearance. Try to remember Purvacharyas before the start of the sessions. You can recite Asmat Guru Bhyo Namaha, Asmat Parama Guru Bhyo Namaha, Asmat Sarva Guru Bhyo Namaha, Srimate Ramanujaya Namaha, Sri Paramkusha Dasaya Namaha, Srimad Yamuna Munaya Namaha, Sri Ramamishraya Namaha, Sri Puddari Kakshaya Namaha, Srimad Nathamunaya Namaha, Srimate Shatakopaya Namaha, Srimate Vishwaksenaya Namaha, Shriyai Namaha, Sridharaya Namaha. You recite this, remember all the acharyas, and then start listening to the sessions. These are some basic fundamental aspects. One of the things, as part of our Mumukshupadi Kalakshepam, yesterday and today we were going through, for example, Tirumantram, Ashtaksharam, to give real benefit for us, we must have great devotion towards mantra, object of the mantra, and then the acharya who gives the mantra. We must have great devotion towards all three to have the real benefit. Now, the benefit of Tirumantram Ashtaksharam is to get Artha Panchaka Jnanam. So that Artha Panchaka Jnanam will only come whether we listen to a particular lecture 1 time, 10 times, 15 times. Unless we have devotion towards all these three aspects, that Artha Panchaka Jnanam will not materialize in us. And that is applicable for any Vidya. We must have strong faith towards the literature from which the Vidya is learnt, object of the literature, and then the Acharya who teaches the Vidya. So this concept, this principle, please remember, and always remember the Guru Parampara, Vakya Guru Parampara, or Guru Parampara Mantram, it is also said as Asmadgurubhyo Namaha mantra, and then start the lecture. So these are some basic suggestions, and please try to follow these, and we can start from tomorrow. We will be sending lectures, YouTube lectures in WhatsApp, and we will also follow up on the next day with a poll whether the lecture was heard or not. So we'll send a poll every day. I request again everyone to answer the poll also. Even if you did not listen to the lecture, you can admit that you did not listen to the lecture, but try to catch up as soon as possible, as early as possible. So we'll be sending a poll to follow up on how the course is going on. And also for each day, we'll be preparing a questionnaire, a quiz, where 3 questions will be asked from each lecture. Again, we request everyone to answer the quiz and ensure that we have proper understanding of whatever was heard. So please follow up on the poll as well as quiz for every day, and answer them and communicate with us. We have left our group open for communications. For now, if you have any doubts, if you have any feedback about the program, you can ask them in this education group. I request everyone to become, if already not, a member of our Q&A group, to become a member of that Q&A group, and any questions there, even from this session, the questions can be asked in the Q&A group, so that these questions will help larger audience when we answer those questions. Because even those who are not following this program will benefit based on the question and answer, because many people will have same questions in their mind, but they may be shy in asking questions, thinking that it may be a silly question, what will others think about that question, and so on. So for such people, these questions will be helpful. So doubts regarding the subject and topic, those can be posted in the Q&A group. But general doubts about the program can be posted in this group itself. So this is how we plan to do. If there are any questions or any feedback, each one of you can unmute yourself and share your thoughts. We only have about 8 minutes or so for the completion of this Zoom call. So I request any one of you to unmute if you have any thoughts or suggestions or feedback. You can share your thoughts here. You can unmute yourself and speak.
Yeah. Adian, Swamy.
Yeah.
Yeah. So thanks a lot for this really wonderful opportunity. So we have been following the coil.org WhatsApp channel.
Okay.
But the only problem is, as you mentioned earlier, the content is so much, but we was always overwhelmed with where to start, where to continue and all. I purchased so many of your books that you have written also, but somehow not getting the time or the right thing to start at, right? Start with.
Right.
So this opportunity will be really, really helpful, and I'm really looking forward for it, Swamy.
Great.
Yeah. Again.
Just one general suggestion: when we have books, basically you can follow one idea. For example, if let's say this month we have Manavada Mamnigal's Nakshatram, Prilokacharya's Nakshatram, so we can take in the beginning of this month itself, we can take some book which relates to the acharyas who are having Nakshatram, or let's say Sri Jayanti is coming up, Gokulashtami, we can take Bhagavad Gita book and read that. Chaitra Masam, we can take Bhagavad Ramanuja Vaibhavam and so on. So This could be one idea if we are just confused what to read, where to read. Because if we read any of these books, lot of the times we are going to get same message, same ideas repeatedly. So you can take books according to the month and try reading that, and maybe have a target that you'll complete that book within that month or so.
Yeah, Adiyan Swamy. Yeah, thank you.
Okay. There is a question about what will be the timings of the program. See, the program itself has no specific timings as of now. Every day in the morning and in the evening, we'll be sharing YouTube videos in sequence. You can try to listen to those videos before the end of your day. Let's say we share something in the morning, you try to listen during the day. When we send something in the evening, you try to listen to that before going to bed. So you can have some schedule, or let's say you are busy during the day, so you come back home, refresh yourself, take bath or whatever it is, do your anushtanams, have prasadam, and then sit on uh, a quiet place and start listening to the lectures and complete both of them. So you can decide how you want to do this. There is no specific um, restriction on how you should do it. It's up to you. It's up to every individual. Each person can decide according to their convenience. But the goal is, before the next day's postings come, we must try to complete the previous day's content. So that is what main objective we should have. And even let's say due to some reason, it's natural that we may not be able to listen to lectures some days. In that case, we must just try to catch up as soon as possible. I think just a couple of more minutes, 3 more minutes are there. So maybe one more question. Yeah, I will post the Asmat Guru Bhyo Namaha mantram. It is to be recited by everyone who has got
Adiyan
Panchasamskaram.
Swamy.
Even those who are aspiring to get Panchasamskaram can recite. There is no specific restriction in that.
Adiyan Swamy.
Yeah.
Swamy, means for beginners like us who are newly getting into Sri Vaishnavism, Pasarams and Arulichals play a very much importance in our sampradaya. So for
Yeah.
beginners, which all Arulichal and Pasarams would be easier for us to learn and would be beneficial for us to have much knowledge about Sri Vaishnavism?
Yeah, actually, once we finish this initial batch of content, maybe again, as I said, 1.5 months or so, once we complete that, we'll start with certain basic Divya Prabandham Pasarams. We have already got recordings of Santai. We've got lectures. In some lectures are available in English, but a lot of content is available in English. A lot of articles, translations are there. And over period of time, I'll try to record or even do in our sessions short lectures on important Divya Prabandhams. So we will plan all of those as we go forward. Nityanusandhanam Pasarams is must actually. Everyone should learn. Tirupallandu, Kannanunjiruthambu, Tirupavai, Tirupalli Ezhuchi, and Amalnadipiran, Ramanujan Nuttrandadi, Upadesha Ratanamalai. All of these are must to be learned by everyone. So we will plan all of these in a step-by-step way. Initially, we are asking for this 45 minutes commitment, but as we go forward, we will try to increase a little bit more in the duration, and we'll see how it goes. Just 1 more minute.
Adiyan Swamy, Adiyan.
As I said, the 40 minutes, we will probably be sharing 2 lectures, 15 minutes each or 20 minutes each. So it can be listened in parts.
Namaskara, Swamy. So, like Sandhya Vandanam is there for men, is there any practices is there for females? And if so, where to start?
Yeah, again, I will explain that also as we go forward. For women, generally, what is to be practiced? Basically, it is only pasurams and stotrams for women. I'll tell which ones we need to focus. Over the course of time, we will discuss all of those. I think it's going to end. The Zoom session is going to end. So we'll conclude with this. We'll be connecting again, sure, for sure. So please be in touch in the group, and we'll start the program from tomorrow. Alvar Emperamanar Jiyar Tirudi Gadesharanam, Jiyar Tirudi Gadesharanam. Thank you all.